Hello everyone! Hell, it's been a while, hasn't it? So, yeah, I'm back. Hi. I'm alive again. With a little something different. So, I'm going to be doing a top 10 list. Possibly my first top 10 list since I first started YouTube, which those videos no longer exist on YouTube. I don't think those videos exist in general anymore, so I certainly don't have them saved anywhere, and they're not on my channel anymore because they were shit. So, what am I counting down? Well, read the title. Seriously, though. I am going to be counting down 13 villains from Doctor Who's past that I would like to see come back. Why 13? Well, because as I'm filming this, we are a few hours away from finding out who the 13th Doctor is going to be. By the time that you will be watching this, that will already have been revealed in terms of how long this takes to edit and then upload. I don't know. I might not edit it. I don't know. I probably will. We'll see. So, yes, this list is going to comprise of monsters from the Doctor's past that I would like to see come back. Maybe to fight the 13th Doctor. Would be nice if he or she were to fight these previous villains. Or, you know, just a Doctor in general down the line. Also, just as a heads up, if you can't tell by the background of this video, I am a massive 8th Doctor fan. I'm a massive fan of Big Finish and the 8th Doctor's adventures on Big Finish. So some of these villains are from that side of the fandom, which mostly just me just wanting to see these villains brought to the TV. Also, I would really like to see a multi-Doctor story with Paul McGann because Paul McGann is my favourite Doctor. So, we'll see. Right. So, shall we get started? I think we should, don't you? Oh, and also, you won't see creatures that have made more than one appearance in modern Doctor Who. Some of these monsters are from modern Doctor Who, not all of them originate from the classic era, but some of them I feel either have more untapped potential than what was done with them in their original appearance, or I just feel like they should be brought back because it's been a while since we've seen them. There are no enemies that have from the classic era that have returned in Capaldi's era, and the Daleks, the Cybermen and the Master aren't on the list. We've seen enough of them. Same goes for the Sontarans, the Silurians. Basically, if a creature has appeared in modern Doctor Who from the classic era, I haven't included it, but I have included creatures that have made one appearance in New Doctor Who. Okay? Okay. And if they have come back in the 8th Doctor's adventures, I haven't included that on this list just simply because I'd like to see them on TV. And like I said, some of these villains are from those adventures, but I want to see them on TV. Anyway, I have delayed enough. Let's get on with... Oh, and they are in no particular order as well, although the last one that I will talk about is the one that I would like to see make a comeback the most. So, yeah. Let's get started, shall we? So, number one, the Valyard. Do I need to explain it? I mean, the Valeyard has appeared in one TV story. In terms of TV story, I count Trial of the Time Lords as one very long story, which is how BBC does it as well. And the Valeyard was the main villain in that storyline. He is an incarnation of the Doctor from the end of his regeneration cycle, somewhere between his 12th and 13th regeneration, which we now know to be 12th being the Metacrisis Doctor and 13th being Matt Smith. Yet we haven't seen the Valeyard yet. There is that fan theory which I follow, which is that the Valeyard and the Dream Lord are connected in a way, which does make sense. But we haven't seen the Dream Lord since Amy's Choice, and also the Valeyard being revealed to be the byproduct of some weird bit of space pollen or whatever the fuck the Dream Lord was revealed to be. The Dream Lord deserves... Not the Dream Lord. The Valeyard deserves more than that. And I feel like him making a return, now that Gallifrey's come back, and we've gone past the Doctor's 13th regeneration. Also, the Valeyard was mentioned in the Four Doctors comic book, which was done a few years ago, which had the 9th, 10th, 11th and 12th Doctor. I believe it was the 9th. It was definitely 10th, 11th and 12th. Where the 10th, obviously knowing that the 11th was actually the 13th, and weird timelines, damn you Moffat. 10 sees Capaldi and is just like, that is the Valeyard, because I haven't been him yet, and it is not possible for me to be anyone else other than that one. So he must be the Valeyard. You know, I would have liked to see Capaldi be the Valeyard. And that seemed to be where they were kind of going with the original trailers for Capaldi, but nope, no Valeyard. We didn't get the Valeyard in Matt Smith's era, other than the slight hint at him with the Dream Lord. Nothing in Capaldi. So bring him back. Just bring him back. And slight personal request: if we do get him, can he be played by Anthony Head, please? I know he played Mr. Finch in School Reunion, but I mean, a lot of people have been on Doctor Who before, and I feel like Anthony Head would make a really good Valeyard. Or Master. If we can't have Anthony Head as the Master, can we have him as the Valeyard at least? Or someone I'll get to later down the line. Number 2! The Robot Yeti. I mean, we've had the Great Intelligence. The Great Intelligence was the main villain in season 7? Yeah, season 7 was Matt Smith's last one. So we've had the Great Intelligence in season 7. Can we get the Robot Yeti now? That is all. Number 3. The 8 legs, or the Meteorbilius 3 spiders. I like them. Personally, I know a lot of people don't, and the effects on them are really, really dated now, which is why they should bring them back. I mean, they're one of 2 villains from a regeneration story that haven't made a comeback. And yes, they were kind of thrown into that regeneration story, sort of the last minute, kind of. I mean, it was nice to see Metabelius 3 make a comeback for John Pertwee's last episode, but you know, it's obviously Pertwee's last story was going to be the final game, but the tragedy of Delgado's death and everything put a stop to that. So, but they haven't come back since. We've had the Web of Fear. Was it the Web of Fear? I think that was the title. There's definitely a Doctor Who story called Web of Fear. I don't remember if that's a... I have a feeling that might be a 4th Doctor story actually. But there's... but they came back for an audio adventure with the 8th Doctor. I know they've come back in a few of the books. But we haven't seen them on TV. We've had the Arachnos, which, look, in hindsight, really should have just been a new great one. But, yeah. Metabelius 3 Spiders. They're one of 2 villains from a Regeneration story that haven't come back. So fix that. Please. Number 4. Omega. This is the one that I mentioned, where it came to the Anthony Head playing a different role. I would love to see Anthony Head as Omega. You made Rassilon a villain. Why? Why make Rassilon a villain when you have Omega? And fans have been clamouring for Omega to come back. He was the first multi-Doctor villain. So, just bring him back. It has to happen at some point, right? I mean, come on. Number 5. The Rani. Now, the Rani I see happening if the new Doctor is a female. If the Doctor's a woman, I'm pretty sure we will get the Rani at the end of season 11. Holy shit, we're on season 11. That's weird to think. At the same time, though, I don't know. Obviously, Moffat was against bringing the Rani back. Maybe Chibnall will. Who knows? It has to be just a matter of time. Like, of all the classic era monsters that everyone knows about, they're kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel now in terms of bringing people back. So, I mean, we've had the Daleks, we've had the Cybermen, we've had the Master, we've had the Ice Warriors, we've had the Centaurans. They brought the Zygons back. So, I mean, next on the list is probably Rani. If the Rani doesn't happen soon, like, I imagine the Rani will happen by the end of the 13th Doctor's run. So, the fandom is there. Like, fans who were clamouring for Missy to be revealed to be the Rani. I will admit, at the beginning, I was one of them. So, yeah. We'll just have to wait and see, I suppose. But I'm pretty sure the Rani's coming back soon. Especially if the new Doctor's female. Since we won't be seeing Missy again for a very long time at least. I'm pretty sure they'll bring the Rani back. We'll see. Number 6. And now we come to the first Paul McGann villain, the 11. The 11. You beautiful, beautiful, brilliant idea. So, first of all, I mean, it's season 11. It's just a nice little coincidence that I just realised while I was talking about the Rani. And yeah, it is a brilliant idea that I'm very surprised it took them 50 years to do. For those of you who don't know and who don't mind spoilers, first of all, go and listen to all of the 8th Doctor adventures from Big Finish. It's expensive, I know, but go. There are a few you can skip, but seriously, just go. You are doing yourself a disservice for ignoring Big Finish, because Big Finish does Doctor Who better than TV Doctor Who nowadays. I'm a classic fan, I'm sorry. The 11 is a brilliant concept. Spoilers for the Doom Coalition series, skip to this. Skip to the next number if you don't want spoilers for it. So the 11, for those of you who stuck around, evidently already know, or you don't care about spoilers. For those of you who don't care about spoilers, the 11 is a renegade Time Lord. Another renegade Time Lord villain, I know. He's a renegade Time Lord who essentially suffers from Time Lord schizophrenia, where all of his previous regenerations, all his previous personalities are in his mind as well. So when he regenerates, he maintains the previous personality, but another one gets added on. It's really, really cool. It's a brilliant idea. I love it, and I want to see it done on TV. And there are versions of him, even if you don't want to do the 11. If you do get the 11, you have to get Mark Bonner to reprise his role. You have to, because he just owns that role. He's brilliant as the 11. But you don't have to do the 11th incarnation, because the only ones that we've really seen in detail are the 8th, who was a actually nice person. He gave his life to save the universe from the Clocksmith. There's the 9, who was a kleptomaniac and who actually passed him off as the Doctor because he snuck into the Doctor's TARDIS while the Doctor was away and regenerated into the 9 there. Just a little interesting tidbit. I don't see how you could do the 6th in the PG era because he's a complete and utter psychopath. We haven't met the 10th, and the main one is the 11, obviously. And also it plays into Missy's storyline with Missy trying to go good. The 8 actually managed it to an extent. He still was haunted by his memories of what he did as the 6th and the 7th, which is why he became a man of God. He became a monk and then died to save the universe. So it's just a really good idea, and I don't get why it took 50 years for them to do it, and it took them to an audio play to do it as well. It's such a brilliant idea, and you got a bunch of other incarnations to play with. Like, we haven't met the 12th yet, we haven't met the 13th. Go do the 11th, and also if you can make it a multi-Doctor story with the 8th, I would be very happy about that too. Thank you. And about the 11th, over. Oh wait, no, one more thing. If you are going to do a series villain, end of season storyline, the 11 will be perfect. Have it so that each episode, like have it be 11 episodes in the series, or 12, and then in every episode the Doctor meets a different incarnation of the 11, leading up to the final showdown with the 11 with all of the previous incarnations in his head. I don't get how that's how I would personally do it. That's just me spitballing that one idea, and obviously develop it a bit more, and that is pretty much how they did it in the Doom Correlation box sets, with the Doctor meeting the 11 in the 11, and then the next episode he met the 8th, and then the 3rd episode in that box set was focused on the 9th, and then the 4th episode in that box set was focused again on the 11, and then what he was plotting from the beginning. Anyway, I've ranted about the 11 enough, I feel, so moving on. Number 7, the Celestial Toymaker. How has this guy not come back yet? I mean, I know it was originally planned for him to return in one of the 6th Doctor's stories, one of the ones that never happened. And from what I've read of that book and what I've listened to of the audio version, it was a good idea. I'd just be really interested to see what they could do with him with modern-day special effects, to be honest. He's a interesting villain. He was a good villain for the 1st Doctor. I imagine he would have been a good villain for the 12th. See how he does with the 13th. Let's do it. Just bring him back. Number 9. No, number 8. I'm getting ahead of myself. The Krillitanes. Now, this one is a little bit... This is the only modern TV era who is original to Doctor Who. The one few down the line is also from one day, but not from Doctor Who. Work it out from that. The Krillitanes, there's so much you can do with these things. It's very, very simple, especially considering how, one, they've only appeared in 2 other things outside of School Reunion, one of which was a comic, the other was a 9th Doctor book. The Doctor said that he's met them before, and they don't have to come back as the Bat People, the CGI Bat People things they were in the episode. Just bring them back. You could do so much more with them. Like, they're a composite race. They can look like anything. So go! Just do it! As a great man once said. Number 9. The Sea Devils. We've had the Silurians. It's obvious. You do the Silurians, then you do the Sea Devils, then you do the one where they meet. Done. Boom. Fixed. You don't have to remake Warriors of the Deep. Just do it a bit better. Peace. I know a lot of people who aren't big fans of the Sea Devils. I like them. I think they're cool. I prefer them to the Silurians personally. So. Anyway, just bring back the Sea. Just bring back the Sea Devils, please. I give you all the money to bring back the Sea Devils. Number 10. The Cheetah People. Why haven't these come back yet? Why? I mean, they were the last true enemies of classic Doctor Who. Because there's the Cheetah People and the Master. You've brought the Master back. Why not the Cheetah People? You could do a lot with them, especially nowadays with Monday effects and everything. Just do it. Just bring them back. They're cool. It is a cool idea, and I like them. They're fluffs and they're cats, and I like cats. So just bring back the Cheetah People, please. Number 11. The Trickster. This is the other modern day Doctor Who villain that I'd like to see come back, because there is a lot you can do with this guy. Oh, and also the Trickster and the Trickster Brigade. There, the Trickster Brigade. There's a lot you can do with them. There's so much you can do with them. And not just confined to the realms of a children's show that, like with Sarah Jane Adventures. You've had him fight the 10th Doctor. He was the main enemy in Sarah Jane Adventures. And originally his story for season 5 of Sarah Jane Adventures, which was going to be the finale of that season that never got made, was gonna feature the return of Ace. Can we have that in Doctor Who? Maybe? I would like to see Ace come back along with the Trickster. It's a creepy design. Just the design alone is wonderful, and I don't know what that was, but something fell off my desk and it sounded expensive. But it's a good idea what they were doing with the Trickster, and they even had the Trickster Brigade show up in actual Doctor Who with the Time Beetle and the Fortune Teller. But that's all you did with them in Doctor Who. You had the Time Beetle, the Fortune Teller, the Trickster, and the Grask. I forgot what the Grask was called. It had a name, but I don't remember it. To bring back the Trickster Brigade, you can even make it the season storyline, where each episode focuses on the Trickster Brigade, and then at the end the Doctor encounters the Trickster himself, and they fight, and it's cool and epic, and people die, but they don't, which Doctor Who really loves doing, and it fucking infuriates me, because when characters die, they should die. Rory Williams and Clara. God, I hated Clara. But anyway, the way Moffat treats character deaths and the shittiness of that is never here nor there. Just bring back the Trickster, please. I give you all the money to bring back the Trickster. Since we never got the final confrontation between him and Sarah Jane that we were originally going to get, give us the confrontation between him and the Doctor. I mean, he's a guy who can control time and feeds on chaos. It's brilliant. Anyway, next one. Number 12. The Clocksmith. Another 8th Doctor villain, the one who killed... And another Renegade Time Lord, the one who killed the 8. The Clocksmith. There's not really much to this guy. I like him. I just really like him, and the last we saw of him, he was, I believe, a little bit jiggy on the timeline when it comes to him, but I'm pretty sure the last we saw of him, he was trapped he was trapped after the Doctor stole his TARDIS. So bring him back. He's a cool guy, and he uses the same weapon as the Master. He uses the weird molecular thing that the Master uses. So, which is a better weapon than the laser screwdriver. I'm sorry, but it is. And also Missy's shitty umbrella thing. I like the Clocksmith. I'm sorry. I am biased to it because Doom Coalition was my first Big Finish thing I listened to, and I like him. I think he's cool. Bring him back. And finally, number 13, the original recurring Doctor Who villain, not the Daleks. The Monk. He was the first ever individual recurring Doctor Who villain, the only recurring Doctor Who villain that made multiple appearances before him were the Daleks themselves. He's fought every single incarnation of the Doctor except for number 9, I believe. No, he also hasn't met 9, 10 and 12, 9 and 11. No, 9, 10 and 11. Those are the only incarnations that haven't fought the Monk yet. He's been the villain of many multiple Doctor stories. He was the 3rd Time Lord introduced. He's the first full on Time Lord introduced that wasn't the Doctor. He was the first Time Lord we saw to regenerate outside of the Master and the Doctor. It was even believed that the incarnation met by the Doctor back in the Hartnell era was actually the Master. He predates the Master. He predates Omega. He predates Rassilon. He predates the Cybermen. He's the Monk. And yet he's only made 2 TV appearances. The last appearance of the Monk can't even be watched anymore, actually, because it was in the Dalek Master Plan, which is a lost episode. So bring him back. Just fix it. Fix that. Bring him back. He's brilliant. He loves the Monk. The Monk is wonderful. Also, he's one of 4 Time Lords. No, 5 Time Lords that we know the true name of. Those being Rassilon, Omega, Barusa, the Master, and the Monk. Bring the Monk back. That's all you have to do, and I will be happy. Also, I would be very happy if it's revealed that the monk is the season villain at the end of it. If we have to have a season villain. A lot of these I'd be happy with being the season villain, except the Krillitanes. I don't think you can make the Krillitanes the season villain. Just have them be a one-off. All the others... Oh, and the Robot Yeti. That'd be weird. Season finale, the Robot Yeti. I'd like that, actually. I'd like for a season finale to just be an episode of Doctor Who and not just end of the world shit. Let's have them fight the Robot Yeti. All the others that I've mentioned in this video would be very good season villains. The only one that would probably work least probably is Celestial Toymaker. Or the Eight Legs. I don't see the Eight Legs being very good season villains, come to think of it. Celestial Toymaker could work, actually. Oh well. Anyway. That is my list of 13 monsters that should return to fight the 13th Doctor. So, if you enjoyed, leave a comment down below about your thoughts on my list. And put your own list down below as well. Yeah. Do that. Ta-ta.